just driving back to the garage to pick up a cable scooper, a trenching bucket, because we're doing some trenching, obviously. And the only machine I've got to put the bucket on a trailer with is a Huddig. And I've always wanted to drive one, but I've never driven one. And yeah, this is going to be my crash course in driving it without any instruction whatsoever, which is fine. That's how you learn how to operate most machines, but sometimes you have someone there to give you the basics, but I won't even have that. And I think the machine's old enough that all the descriptions of what the buttons do are rubbed off on the buttons, so it's just going to be trial and error. It should be interesting for me anyway. Hopefully I don't break anything. I think it's parked inside our workshop at the moment. There's a guy there cleaning it, so I'll have to take that outside, and hopefully by the time I've gotten it out of the workshop I will have figured out at least how to move it. They're quite complicated if you, well, maybe they're not, I have no idea. If you don't know what a Huddig is, it's basically a backhoe loader. So it's got a loader bucket and arm on the front, and then it's got an excavator arm on the back, and a seat in the middle that spins either way, so you can run in either direction using either implement. So they're very handy by the look of things. Sweden seems to have a lot of them. You don't see them much at home, but they like them over here. So it'll be a good skill to have if I can figure it out. It's a big if. There's the Huddig. It's outside, so that's a good start, I guess. Got the trailer on now. So let's see. Should be fairly simple, shouldn't it? I just need to get that, pick it up with that, put it on the trailer, and figure out how to drive this thing. Right, so we got this, and some buttons, and that with some more buttons, and some toggles, and some pedals, and a steering wheel. This is why I was concerned, because there's a bit to figure out. Oh, there's those buttons too. It's like a snowcat. Thing is, I know how to drive a snowcat. Oh, there's more pedals. Okay, let's see if I can figure out any of this. First things first, how do you rotate the seat? This could be harder than I thought. I would assume it's that. I assume incorrectly. I'm really hoping it's not an electronic thing where you turn it on and it automatically turns. It's going to be something simple though. Must be something simple, because you'd have to rotate the seat quite often, I would assume. That's obviously for the steering wheel. I'm assuming that's the loader controls. I'll probably find out in a minute. There's an isolator too that I don't know where it is. That's the only thing I can see that would turn the seats. But there's no way it's that. Jesus. At least the steering wheel works. Those look like they're all lights. This seat thing's going to annoy the crap out of me. It's got to be something simple. Something even more simple than the dude sitting in the driver's seat at the moment. I don't know what that does. Surely there's absolutely nothing to tell me what anything does. Oh. Ooh.
that do? Ah, there we go. Uh-huh. Oh, that's steering. Okay. What's that? Those are excavator controls. At least that's simple. What does this do? It's up and down. Yep. In and out. Nice. What are my tilt rotator controls? Those are my feet. We're getting somewhere. Okay. I still don't know how the tilt rotator works though. How can you run? Must be.
Regn utanför må du vara så i natten. Ja, regn då är man kniper till spöten. Jag är upp dit en sväng, det var en gång, det var tillväg. Ja, ni kan ju komma från Moberg då, ja. Han var krydddyrt då. Han tog till döga lite. Nej, jävlar, ja, det har regn. Det är inte något väg till den först.
That's the horn. What's that do? Shit, I might have to do it the old-fashioned way. It's got to be a button, something simple to make the tilt rotator work. Okay, I think I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way because I cannot figure out what activates the tilt rotator. You usually got rollers. The boss's wife. Forward and reverse. Maybe that's what that is. That is what that is. Alright. That was turn, wasn't it? Yes. It's good this isn't a tight squat or anything. Because the tilt rotator is not straight. If it was straight or level, that would make life a little easier. What does that do? The other annoying thing is now I have to use a strop. No, that's it. That's it. Okay. Right, got myself a strop, whatever you want to call it. How's that? It only took me 8 minutes to move it a couple of meters. Right, strap that on there. I'm going to choke it. See what I mean? The rotator's on the piss, which is annoying. So I'm going to have to drag this out. You did that wrong, didn't you? Okay. Right, round two. Right, green button. That does that. They're very smooth controls. I feel like this would be quite a nice machine to operate. like fingertip controls. They're super gentle. Not too touchy or anything, they're really smooth. Of course, I made my strap a little bit too long, but such is life. Alright, downside, there's no mirrors. That's, well, I guess you're supposed to be smart. Turn around. There we go. Steering wheel. That reverses, okay. The machine's smarter than I am. Which is nothing to write home about, but you know. Oh, now I can do that. Oh, other way. This on its side. But I also don't want it to go blam on its side, which is quite likely what it wants to do. Oh, maybe I have to leave it like that. I'll just tie it down well. Not ideal, but that will have to do. Doesn't have to go very far anyway. Age-old problem with having an arm in the centre is you have to have your bloody head out the side all the time, which I don't enjoy, but so be it. Now, do these still run the back or do they run the front when I turn around? They're in the front. Tell you what, pretty clever machine. I'm sure there's a way to switch between the front controls and the back too, but I don't know what button it is. Said where he wanted the thing actually. Should be okay. Yeah, it should be. Feet are wide on it though. Not ideal, but I'll have to leave that in the air because the rotator's turned sideways, so I don't want to put that on the ground and have all the weight leaning on it, and it should hold itself up, so that'll be fine. Good enough. Cool. All right. That's how long it took me to figure out how a Huddig works. Embarrassingly long. But we didn't kill anyone or break anything, so success. That's usually what it's resting on, but wrong angle. Right, now I've got to tie that down and carry on with our job on this beautiful summer's day. Made it. All good. Alright, I'm back. It stopped raining, but they ran into some unexpected problems, I suppose you could say, at the other job, so they don't need me up there at the moment. So I'm going to put this thing inside, or try to anyway, without breaking anything. Now that I know how it works, sort of. Actually, I'll tell you what, this thing, the engine in this machine is one of the best sounding engines. It's Cummins. I have no idea, to be honest. It's a Cummins engine, that's all I know about it, and it sounds awesome. So I'm going to stick the camera outside and see, hopefully my microphone doesn't play up and you guys can hear what it sounds like while I try and get it into the garage. Alrighty, alrighty. Of my life, my GoPro died because I think I left it on when I was videoing before. Forgot to turn it off. What an amateur. But I figured out what most of the buttons do. That one's the seat one. There you go, you can swing and then locks are in place. To run the rotor tilt, there's the pedal. Well, there's two pedals actually. So you got to hold one of them in and then it turns your steering and your tilt on your arm to the rotor tilt. That's what I didn't know before. So I'm slowly... I'd love to operate this thing. I reckon it'd be pretty interesting. But as you can see, it's a bit of a... This is where I sit, so it's a bit annoying if you're straight on to where you're digging because you can't see. But yeah, I'm sure there's ways around that. Anyway, I'm going to put this arm down with these very, very gentle controls. They're super smooth. There's no like, no give in them or anything. There's no play or bounce or anything. They're so smooth. I'd love to run it as an excavator and see how it actually goes. There we go. Bam, you spin round and you can do your drivey bits and pieces there. Not going to, this is where I'm leaving it. Nice. Yep, she's dead. She's dead. Cool machine. Only thing I think it's missing is there's no mirrors. So when you're facing that way, if you're driving forwards, that's fine, obviously you can see. But if you're driving backwards, which is technically forwards, if you're driving forwards while you're facing backwards, you got no mirrors. You got mirrors there, but there's no mirrors on the other side. So that's one thing I've noticed with it. But I mean, this is an old one, I'm pretty sure. I couldn't tell you how old because I forgot to check the hour clock reading. But I think this one's reasonably old. But yeah, really nice controls. Very nice controls. They're so super smooth. I think this is what you've got in like forwarders. Yeah, forwarders in forestry. They've got these sort of gentle, like you can, they're super smooth, really light, but not light in a sort of all over the place kind of way. They're really light as in like super gentle, easy to control. There's no play in them whatsoever. And yeah, they're very smooth. I think I've used that word too many times. Those are for the feet. Those things there, your stabilizers. So it's up and down for those. They're normal excavator controls, so if you've run an excavator before, that's how they work. That's your steering when you're facing that way. And that tilts the arm, basically. So there's a ram on that side of the arm, so it makes the arm turn left and right like that. I guess maybe you can dig around corners, or it might tilt the bucket. I don't know. I haven't driven it, so I can't tell you exactly how it affects what you're doing with the arm. This one's got a tilt rotator on it anyway, so if that is what it does, you probably wouldn't need it. I'm guessing you can put all manner of hydraulic attachments on there because there's a bunch of empty hoses there. I know they use these on the rail, so you can get rail wheels on them, and they run them on the rail, and they have a man cage, like a telescopic man cage. I can't think of the other word for it right now. So they can do work on power lines and signal wires and all that sort of crap. Fog lights. They're a very versatile machine from what I understand. I've just never used them for anything before. But I would be very interested in getting used to running it. It looks like the visibility to the bucket would be kind of shit. Kind of bad, I should say. Because we haven't got a bucket on at the moment. The arm's quite far up in the air. But I think those wheel arches would get in the way. But I don't know. I would have to run it and find out. I know that the engine sounds sick, and sometimes that's just the most fun you need. So, yeah, would be cool to have a longer play in this, an actual play in this thing. See how it goes, but we'll see what happens during the summer.